now that the clown factory's gone, this is actually the next day that we're working on these. I want to show you what's going on here. When I installed these, the way that we were looking at them, where this lip was on top of the metal brace, that was the wrong way. Now the factory pieces actually go on the top of that metal brace, but with these pieces right here, you've got to put them on the bottom. And the way that you do that, you got to drill very small holes, just like you see right there. And then once those holes are drilled, you can put all the stuff on top of that, and then it'll screw down and blah. And then that will also make these holes line up on the bottom of the piece. You get the picture. Now we went ahead and took more material out all the way to the edge, because we're trying to make it look just like the molding on the door. So if we had that real thick lip on there, that wouldn't look right. So I went ahead and basically completely cut this lip off, and then I had to take a little bit more off this edge here. What I'm doing now, if you look right there, you can see that we got some yellow tape on there. That's because if you remember right, that corner stuck out. Here's our corner right here that I cut off. It stuck out approximately a ½ inch. So I went ahead and I scribed a line on the inside, and if you look real close, you can see where I scribed it right here, and then I followed it down. Here's a line that was a little, that's the one I'm cutting now, but there was a line that I scribed all the way down on the inside of the fender, and I went ahead and cut it. I put it back on, and I found out that it's just a little bit too big. So now what I'm doing is I'm actually trimming that piece, and then once that piece is trimmed, we'll mount it on the car, and then we will take this piece here, we will overlap it to where it needs to go, and then once that's done, then we will scribe a line right here, cut this precisely to fit this, put them all together, fiberglass it from the backside, and hopefully be done with this fucking thing.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Use yellow tape for a straight line, because I know that it's going to go on straight and everything should look okay when we pull the tape off. Let's go over there, let's put this on there, and let me show you what's going on and what I had to do to get to where we're at. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and mount this piece on here, and then we'll look at it, and I'm going to show you what's going on with it. Let me get up under here under the car so I can get that done. You know, this was supposed to be a one-day job. It is now turning out to be close to a 2 to 3, maybe 4-day fucking job on this thing. And that's the situation you run into when you're dealing with this kind of work. And this goes back to the situation of the word aftermarket. Alright, when it's an aftermarket piece of shit, this is what happens when you're dealing with this stuff. And it's a bitch. Get that on there. Okay. Alright, now that we got the bottom bolted on, we're going to come up here to the top of it and get the top bolted on. And you can kind of get a situation of what's going on here. You can see that this fiberglass piece is not like the factory piece, and it actually fits underneath. Okay, it fits underneath the metal strip that's on your vehicle or whatever to actually line up. On the bottom right there, you can see there's a screw that I put in. And then as we walk down, you can see where all the factory screws are at and to line up. If you set this piece on top of this metal, it will not let it roll around like it's supposed to, and it doesn't fit properly. So now what we got to do, we got to go ahead and put a screw on that end to hold it in. Once that's done, then we can mark our piece off where we need to cut it, and hopefully fiberglass it all together and make it fit. Okay, now that we got our piece bolted on, you can see where I cut it off right here, and this is the corner piece that we took off. What I'm going to do is I am going to take this piece here, and I am going to slide it onto here just like this. Okay. And it looks like that's about where it's going to actually be. Right there, look at that. That fits actually pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is, if you see, it fits really good up here on the top. I'm going to follow my pencil line all the way down, just like this, because we want to keep that nice tight edge, just like that. And then I'll cut this off right here using my saw. I'll put this piece back on there, take me some duct tape, tape it on there right where it goes, and then once I take this off, I'll be able to flip it over, and then I'll fiberglass the inside back together, and I think we'll have a nice piece that fits right in this corner here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut that line right there, and then we'll fit the other piece onto it. I'll take some duct tape. If John could go over there in the toolbox, get that Gorilla tape, that black tape. And then once we do that, we'll go ahead and take the piece off, and we'll fiberglass the backside, and it should line up really nice, as you can see.
Not even close.
You know, you get this shit in the mail, and they tell you this, that, and the other, and all this is supposed to work with it, and what happens, dude?
Well, the problem you have now is the customer thinks it should just
Bolt right on,
bolt right on.
and it doesn't. See what I had to do here? Look at this.
Yeah.
I had to take this out of the fucking, this thing stuck out approximately this far, dude. That long. It was about that fucking long, dude. So what I had to do is I had to cut it off, and then I had to cut it down and keep cutting it down until I can fit it on here just like that. Now what I'll do is I'll tape that bitch on there with that Gorilla tape, and then I'll take the piece off, and then I'll fiberglass the backside. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. You want me to hold it in place for you?
I'm gonna get down here and do it. Let me put some tape on it like this. Well, I don't think we're gonna get 4 hands in there. This might just be a 2-hand job, you know. Let me see. You can cut me off some tape though.
How much you want?
Like, I don't know, let me see.
8 inches?
No. Cut me off like 3 or 4 inches. So this is what we're looking at here, is the situation that you got to be able to know what's fucking going on when you're doing this. It's not a fucking easy job, but it's a job that we can do to make it work, to get it done, that says, hold on a fucking second here. Let me get that on there. Does that look right? Okay. And hopefully it'll all work out. Now the reason I'm putting this tape right here is so when I fiberglass the backside, the resin doesn't flow
Get all
through.
over everything. Yeah.
If you can go ahead and give me one more piece here, we can use this right here. I got it right here, look, dude.
Good enough?
Yeah. Okay, so that is ready to fiberglass right there. And then it'll fit on there strong and tight. So before I fiberglass that, what I'll do is I will do exactly the same thing that I did to this one to the other side, and then I'll fiberglass them both at the same time, and then we should be able to have ourselves some nice fitting pieces that will fucking work and look great. So what are you thinking about this fiberglass action here that he paid $375 for 2 pieces?
It's the same story every time you buy that stuff.
Same
Never
story,
fits.
dude. He called the manufacturer. The manufacturer gave him a 40% off out of his own pocket because he actually buys these from somebody else. The guy that actually sells them doesn't make them. He just sells them for the people that do make them. He called the people up that make them, and they basically told him to go fuck himself.
Right.
That they only sell 1 to 2 of these a year, and they're not changing their molds for him. So the guy that he bought them from says that he is going to take them off his website, and he's not going to sell them no more. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other one done exactly the same way, and when I come back, we're going to go ahead and fiberglass those, and hopefully we'll get this thing all together and everything will fucking work out. Hopefully. testy question. Oh, you're not. You're asking. You're okay. Now, we need to go to the store and get some Dyna-Glass. This is fucking hardened out because some Nimrod didn't put the fucking lid on right. Now we can't even do the job that we gotta do because some dildo brain cocksucker fucking left the lid off the Bondo that I paid for. Now, over here. 940, fuck. You're not keeping it straight today. Okay, we got this side on, but we got a situation. What we ran into, just to refresh everybody's mind that's catching up here and didn't want to watch all the other videos, we had to actually cut this down here, slice it, move this piece in because there was what, a ½ inch gap? So this was too long. Now I got that bulldog taped up, and once that's all fucking ready to pull off, we'll go ahead and fiberglass that from the backside, finish the bodywork. Now I want you to look right here. Alright, this is showing us how warped this thing is. Now I precisely cut that line, but when I cut it, it was too big right here. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill that in. You understand? And then, of course, we got to grind this lip down to pull this bitch in. So it'll be like that, but you can still see right here that we got a fucking gap. Do you see that? So we got to fill that in, and then that'll give it a nice flush mount once it's on the car. And that's what I wanted the fucking shit for. Here's some right here. What the fuck's going on? Okay, we're in luck. Now look how nice this side fits. It fits really good. I like the way that fits, but there's still just a little gap here. So we'll put some of that in there. This side over here, this fucking thing's warped or something. We went ahead and precisely cut it to fit, and as we put it on, it fit really nice, but this is like just fucked up, warped shit. Now the only other thing I could suggest is maybe if we take some of this off, this corner here, do you see what I'm saying? If we look right here, look how thick that meat is on that. Do you see how thick? Can you get the camera in there when I pull it out? We need to take our grinder and grind that fucking meat out of there, so that'll bring this closer in, and hopefully, I really don't think it's going to bring it that much closer in because that's a bigger gap than what the meat is right here. Because we're also going to go ahead and put a screw in here, okay? You understand? And then also one on the back side. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that off. I'll go ahead and grind it down like we said. This side actually fit pretty good. Bring it over here, 904, 940, fuck! You can see that we went ahead and drilled all our holes out. Everything's fitting good. It's going to take a few minutes to get that back screw out. That's the real nightmare back there. Putting that screw in, you're going to have a tool something like this. Okay? You see what I got here? You're going to have that, or you're going to have one of them big giant long tune-up Phillips that go way down in there. It's about that tall. Which we might just have to go over to Daryl's and borrow his up at the chicken coop. Let me get that grinded down. We'll be back. Turn it on.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.